business?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a movie star soon. Here it is.
We're going through renovations. I don't wish a restaurant position on anyone. It's a hard work. You know, you're on your feet all day.
Jimmy, are we on schedule? How much did that shit cost?
You know, as immigrants, my parents were working so hard to do well in the US. They didn't want that restaurant life for me. My dad was upset, saying, you know, we've worked so hard to put you to school, you know, what if this fails? You know, I was thinking like, wow, I really want to prove him wrong. My name is Wilson Tang. I'm a restaurateur. My childhood was just typical of a Chinese-American family. On the weekends, we were always in Chinatown. I would hang out at Uncle Wally's place, have dim sum.
This is actually one of the first 3 streets in Chinatown. Due to the unique bend of this street, history has it that there was a lot of turf war from rival gangs in the turn of the century. One gang will meet another gang right at the bend in the street, right here, where the restaurant is and like where my uncle had run the place for since the 50s.
Nam Hua Tea Parlor started in 1920. It's the oldest restaurant in Chinatown. Chinatown growing up was very Chinese. I remember seeing a lot of just Chinese facades. They don't even have like an English name to it. You know, just the businesses have changed. You know, I remember a lot more fish markets and a lot more produce, a lot more restaurants. You know, I hate using the word gentrification, but you know, a lot of people move out.
A lot of Chinese people have actually moved to like the outer boroughs, but still commute to Chinatown to, you know, either for work or to go eat or to do their transactions.
Growing up as part of an immigrant family, my mom and dad really kind of was very forceful in like making sure I got my education, because the notion of, you know, studying hard to one day aspire to be a doctor, a lawyer, a pharmacist, you know, so a white-collar job was very, very important. My white-collar job was at Morgan Stanley. My first office was in the World Trade Center. I remember, you know, having to put a suit on every day. I got my like little shoulder bag, you know, taking the train to work. It sucked. It sucked. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Okay, you know, go through the turnstile, you know, with your ID. From there, I took the local elevator to my floor, 74, and I'm at my desk, like it's like 8:30ish, and just kind of getting my day started with paperwork and stuff like that. And then, you know, there was like, everyone's like, oh, we have to evacuate for like a fire drill, or like there's a fire. We were able to take the elevator from the 74 to 44. And then from 44, we were told to walk down because things have escalated, and it was still very calm. Like, oh, there was a small plane that hit the other tower. We're just evacuating for safety purposes. And as we keep going further down, you see firefighters start going the other way. When we were close, like in the teens, you know, they were saying it's like, oh, it's safe to go back. And like I remember seeing people going back up, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go all the way down. And it was kind of like what saved my life, I think, because once I walked out, it was a big commotion, and I'm like, the first thing on my mind was like, you know what, I'm just gonna start walking, because like this doesn't look very good. Like there's a gaping hole in the first tower that, and I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna start walking to Chinatown. And you know, on my walk back is when the second plane hit the building that I was in. After 9/11, it was like, you know, I have to do something else. And it really made me realize how much I dislike that kind of work environment. I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. This is my opportunity. I'm gonna wait for something to happen. And it happened. My Uncle Wally was like, hey, you know, I think I'm gonna finally kind of retire and, You know, we need someone to take care of the restaurant. So I figure I asked you to see if you're interested. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm interested. And that's when the whole Nam Hua thing came about. With the restaurant, it's tough. My dad was pissed. He's like, this can fail. I think back, it was very risky. I put all my eggs in one basket to try. You know, it was hard work at first. Uncle Wally tried to sweeten up the pot by like telling me, hey, you know, we can, you know, make it more modern. And I'm like, hell no, like I gotta keep it the way it is. Like this is what's cool. It's a throwback. It's a 1950s style diner, Chinese diner. When it comes to Nam Hua, we're talking about Chinese food. We're doing classic dim sum items. Dim sum derived from people back in China 5,000 years ago. They're looking for a snack along the Silk Road. And fast forward to now, dim sum is a breakfast, lunch, brunch kind of thing. My dim sum chefs have been doing this basically all their lives. Dim sum, the literal meaning of it is a touch of heart. It takes like many years to learn how to make these little tiny morsels. You know, all the folds and the pleats and the wrappers. You really need to love it. It's in my blood to do this. You know, I knew I wanted to continue with what my uncle was doing with the dim sum, but I also wanted to do dim sum like all hours of the day. Kind of like a tapas restaurant, but Chinese style. And it was a hit. We were very successful. Nam Hua being a super traditional restaurant, I was wanting to do something else that was a little more creative, a little more cool. So I took the risk again, doing something that I can kind of change the game a little bit. Feng Tu, the literal translation is wind and soil.
What's this work well with, Jason?
Chinese food?
Oh yeah.
I want to say like 90% of the produce that we get is actually from businesses in Chinatown.
This is David.
Hi,
David owns this fabulous tofu shop. It's been here for how long, David?
this is our 84th year,
84th year.
1931.
90% of all our produce is within walking distance. If we run out of something, I'll go get what we need for the day.
When Jonathan tells me to pick fish, I gotta look for the fish that has no clouds in the eye, right?
Your eyes.
John makes this awesome spicy beef jerky.
I see myself as an individual that has a foot in two worlds. One foot I have in a very, very traditional, it's my uncle's place. On the other side, my other foot in this other world, in this whole Chinese American world, I have thoughts on how Chinese food should be as an American. I've collaborated with a Chinese American chef, Jonathan Wu, and he has thoughts on how Chinese food should be based on his childhood. We talk a lot on flavors and memories of what we ate as a child and making riffs on that in an American kind of way.
So here's a jerky that we bought today at Zheng's. This is awesome stuff.
Beef and broccoli, totally Chinese American dish. Here at Feng Tu, we also have our dish, which is a riff on the classic.
This is a little oyster sauce that I added lemon juice to. Oyster sauce vinaigrette.
This is a banging dish.
Before meeting Wilson, I didn't know about the tofu guy, Dave, the jerky guy, the noodle place. I mean, he opened up this world, this hidden Chinatown. We talked about it before we opened. We really wanted to use Chinatown purveyors and highlight them. They're making beautiful product that took a lot of love and a lot of time.
We talk about flavors that we've eaten as children. I had these really deep memories, and Jonathan decided to make something that kind of evoked that kind of childhood memory for me.
That's it. It's our braised fish.
You know, mom and dad are, you know, I know deep inside they're super proud. My dad will never show it. Say, oh yeah, you know, it's doing okay. But I know they talk about me frequently with their friends. Oh yeah, he's doing this now. He opened a second place, and he opened a third place, and he's thinking about more. So he's doing really well. It's like his bragging rights, you know, that like I made it, and you know I didn't need to be a doctor or a lawyer or an architect, you know, and you know I figured out this blue collar job to make it.